In the fastly approaching release of the PlayStation 5, Sony has decided to acquire more first-party studios, which would mean more PlayStation exclusives. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Monkeyflop here, and welcome back to the channel. We got a lot of different news topics to talk about here today, so please watch until the entire end, so that way you guys are up to date on absolutely everything. The first news topic that I wanted to talk about was obvious. PlayStation 5 is going to be having more exclusives than ever before, because over the weekend it got kind of leaked / announced that Sony is acquiring more first-party studios to work on exclusives for PlayStation. Now, if we look back in the history books, way back in the history books, PlayStation 1 to 2 to 3 and now to 4 and on to 5, Sony has been known for their exclusives. One thing that gamers love about Sony, especially with the PlayStation 4 these days, and what kind of made the mark for them, was their exclusives. Now, there's a lot of news about Microsoft acquiring first-party studios so that they can have more exclusives. And one of the arguments is Microsoft is trying to play catch-up because this current generation with the Xbox One doesn't really have that many exclusives. And well, a lot of people are comparing what Microsoft's doing to what Sony's doing, and it's kind of really not the same because, like I mentioned, if you look at it, Microsoft is definitely playing catch-up, but they are ahead of the game with a lot of new studios acquired. It's going to be interesting to see kind of how this all plays out, but it is awesome and an exciting news because we already have a lot of PlayStation exclusives that are being released even to this day for the PlayStation 4. Can you imagine what the PlayStation 5 will look like this time next year if the PlayStation 5, is actually in the works and scheduled to release in 2020. Well, holiday 2020. Are you excited about the PlayStation 5? Are you excited about more exclusives coming to PlayStation? Let me know in those comments down below. Now, with the closure of Skybound Games, a lot of people were wondering what's going to happen to Telltale's The Walking Dead. We do get a release for the definitive edition of The Walking Dead. That is going to be released on September 10th, 2019, and it's going to include some extra bonus content up to 10 hours, and on top of that you'll be able to play some of your favorite music from there with 40 different tracks and a music player inside the game as well. Are you guys going to be jumping on board and picking up the definitive edition of The Walking Dead? Well, the Telltale Walking Dead series. Let me know in those comments down below. If you're a fan of NBA 2K and you're looking forward to 2020, well, good news is that Anthony Davis will be on the cover of the standard edition of the game as well as the deluxe edition, and Dwayne Wade is going to be on the legendary edition of NBA 2K 2020. Are you guys down with that or not? Let me know in those comments below. Samurai Shodown just got released on the PlayStation 4 and they gave us a free season pass, but that is actually going to expire on July 4th. So if you guys have not already downloaded the free season pass, even if you don't own the game, do yourself a favor, go hit that add to library button so that way you guys always have it. A lot of people haven't even purchased the game yet, but you never know, later on down the future you might purchase it and you might think to yourself, oh man, I should have actually hit that download button or at least add to the library for the season pass, because after July 4th you will have to pay for the season pass. Cyberpunk 2077, let's go ahead and talk about it because it's one of those games that a lot of people are really excited about. There's a lot of speculation about how the game's going to be, what are the mechanics, what's going to happen, and people are honestly very enthused and excited about it so much that they've been speculating a lot of things. Well, consider this as rumor and speculation, but a lot of news outlets are reporting that Cyberpunk 2077 will indeed have a multiplayer functionality to the game. We are not sure exactly how this multiplayer is going to play out and stuff, but very interesting to say the least. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was one of the best selling games for Activision for Crash Bandicoot. We move on to Crash Team Racing, and it is arguably one of the best remasters of 2019, and I would say so that myself. I can't put down the controller when I start to play it. It's definitely one of those games that's very, very enjoyable, and in fact, I'm enjoying Crash Team Racing more than I did Insane Trilogy, just because Insane Trilogy didn't go off with a, great start. I didn't really like the jumping and some of the mechanics that they put into the game. Nevertheless, Crash Insane Trilogy had some insane sales, and kind of moving forward to Crash Team Racing, Crash Team Racing had some really good sales as well, but nothing kind of compared to Crash Insane Trilogy. Well, at least to this date. If we look at the launch of both of the games, you will kind of see there's a dip in sales. And that kind of goes with the fact that a lot of people like platformer games, kind of like the old school nostalgic games, and not as many people, go for the racing games, the go-kart slash, party type of racing games. And that kind of shows. A lot of people are requesting for Crash Bash to be remastered, and well, I would absolutely love it to be remastered, and it could be in the works as we speak right now, but there's no confirmation. A lot of people have been asking me, is Crash Bash going to be remastered? And well, I would say yes, but not anytime soon, just because of the nature of business and how things go. Activision is looking at Crash Bandicoot and saying, okay, this is definitely something that fans want, and it's doing good in sales, but we will probably have to wait a little bit longer than we did when it came to Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy releasing to the time frame of Crash Team Racing get released as well. So if we look at the release from Insane Trilogy to Crash Team Racing, that time frame is probably going to be a little bit longer from Crash Team Racing to Crash Bash. I definitely believe that Crash Bash is going to be released, and I hope and pray it does, because that is an amazing game that I would love to kind of destroy everybody. Hopefully it has an online multiplayer mode. I mean, in this day and age, it better. But I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. Would you guys want a Crash Bash to be released? And if so, would you guys want to wait for it until the PlayStation 5 gets released? Or would you guys be like, hurry up and give it to me now? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will have another video up later on today, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys again so much for the continuous support with the likes, the comments, and if you guys are new, please subscribe with those bell notifications turned on, and I will see you guys in the next news update. You guys are freaking awesome.